Okay, how about all of you shush, okay? So I will do the time. We all said 5 minutes. You're gonna get the 5 minutes you said, and if you complain even once about your 5 minutes, I'm knocking down a minute each time. Okay? Great.
Yes.
Go.
This is completely unfair. 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 Knock down all the 5 minutes.
Oh my god, what a loser.
Wait, no, just keep
Alright.
giving him the 5 minutes. I want to see it. I just want to see it tick down.
Alright,
as he just
so
goes
obviously I
silent.
didn't dox Flamingo. They have no proof of any of this information even being real.
Hey guys, do you want to
literally
see
has
proof
the
in
proof.
general chat?
Hold on.
Do you want to see proof in general chat?
There's literally proof of this. Okay, I'm just gonna point out. I'm gonna be heading out because
That
this
is
guy's just
hilarious.
repeating his points. There's no new information. Loop Q's a loser. He's a liar, chronic liar for that. Slanders everyone. Slanders Schlepp. Slanders me. Slanders Parlo. He's a loser. He's a hypocrite who doxed Flamingo. And fabricated evidence of him being naked, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah, guys, look in events general. This was him posting like really shittily censored docs information on Flamingo, and then he doubled down by posting again in the other thing. Sorry, that's just to prove how much of a chronic liar he is. Continue, Loop Q. Would love to hear. You
Wait,
bored
wait,
Flamingo.
if you think
out, by
about
the
it, wait, Parlo, if you think about it, maybe Looped Q has a crush on Flamingo now.
Oh
Like
my
he might
God.
be
Wait,
developing
Loop
feelings
I'm
for
resuming.
him. Fox Kristen is out of the image.
Maybe
Hello,
secretly.
He-
Alright, so this is completely
He might be-
unfair.
he
This is
might have been
obviously
glued into
a, you know,
This is
attack
obviously
attempt. It's obviously an
Like,
attack
wait,
attempt.
Luke,
I have no ability to
Luke, are you in love
respond.
with him?
This entire thing, you've obviously the audience has probably noticed. Obviously, I mean, I'm getting muted every 3 seconds now. The audience has obviously
I'm
noted
adjusting your time.
that-
Chill, bro.
I'm getting muted every 3 seconds. Literally, you can hear my voice cutting out. But obviously, this entire
Wi-Fi.
debate is not a real debate. It's a complete ambush. Everybody in the call is against me. I have 5 minutes
This is
to,
gonna be him
to-
leaving. This is gonna be him leaving. He's gonna pussy out. He's gonna pussy out. Go on, pussy out.
Here's
But
Parlo
yeah,
again
getting my
interrupting
loud
my
shot,
5
that's
minutes
good.
that I don't even have because I keep on getting muted. As you can see, you talked for around 8 minutes and Guamgo talked for around 2 minutes, so a 5-minute response is not adequate enough. This is completely unfair. You have lied, and just got muted again.
Luke Q, we'll continue giving you more time, but like, why are you burning your time up by complaining? Just go ahead.
I'm not burning my time up. I'm expressing how unfair this is and how I should get 8 minutes in order to respond to everybody, since I
Okay,
have
you
to
know what?
respond to 2 people at once.
Stop.
Really?
Stop.
In a
Stop.
real
Your
in a
time
real
is paused.
debate,
Your
in a real
time is
debate, they
paused.
would give
Your
you
time is paused. Stop.
in a real debate, they
How
would
does
give
this
you
affect
2
LeBron
minutes
James'
to
legacy?
respond, and the other person would have the exact same 2 minutes.
Oh my god. Okay. Please. From this point out,
Everyone, look in
let
events
me
right now.
do the time. Parlo, can I mute you if you go over your time?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for the other moderators in this call, you are not to mute anyone unless I say to. Everyone will get 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And if you're not on topic, that's not my problem. You lose that time, okay? So we're going to start over. You're going to get your 2 minutes. And once your 2 minutes is up, I don't care if you're making a point or not, you're muted. And then Parlo gets 2 minutes. Now, if you complain about that, I don't know what to say. Because it's exactly what you're saying right now. So we're going to restart it. Go.
I need 8 minutes in compensation for what they
Are
said
you
before.
fucking retarded?
Because how are you just gonna restart as soon as my time starts? Now we restart. Like, no, that makes absolutely no sense. I need 8 minutes and then we can start this new thing. Because I obviously have to reply to what they said. I can't reply to Parlo's 8 minutes and 2 minutes, and Guam goes 2 minutes and in 2 minutes. That makes no sense. I have no
I
ability
said
to
we're
reply.
starting
This
over,
obviously
so-
you can't restart over without giving me my fair compensation. Parlo had his 8 minutes. I want mine. That's completely fair. And the fact that this isn't happening just shows the biased
You're
nature
like an
of this
entitled
person
little child,
who's
aren't you?
literally has to ask permission.
You're
to
like
mute
whining
Parlo.
like a
He's
child.
so scared. He's so scared that he's gonna get banned. Oh no! If I mute Parlo, I might get banned because Parlo
Oh, you
is
think
at all, and literally was about to ban people on his
You
chat.
think I'm
saying
worried
that he was
about this?
crashing out.
By the way,
He's literally.
this guy's about to turn 20. By the way,
Why are you so
It's not
scared to
good
meet
this guy's about
Parlo
to
then
turn
if you don't
20.
think you're
By the
gonna
way,
get
acting
banned?
like
Mute me,
Because I
Dom,
can't
mute
mute
me.
someone
Mute
who's
me just to
higher
prove that
up
he's
than me.
retarded. Mute me.
Yeah, I can't mute somebody higher up than me, but it can be Luke Hughes, who's
Oh,
the
wait.
second
Oh,
person
no,
in
I
this
got
debate
muted.
3,000
Luke,
times
come
over
on.
again.
Luke, come on, Luke, come on. You're an adult, bro. Come on, let's act like an adult, please. Come
You
on, let's be
realize
more
that
mature, man. You don't have to
I'm
like act
obviously
like a tantrum.
getting
Temper
biased,
tantrum.
and I
Temper
need
tantrum. Come on, come on.
person to moderate this debate
Yeah,
that's not
because
going to
you
be
keep
biased.
going over the
He's going to
same
mute
point.
Parlo
It's-
after the
you keep-
after the 2 minutes.
You keep
He's going to
going
mute
over
me
the
after the 2
same
minutes.
points, bro.
I mean, I don't know why it's so unfair. Like, it shouldn't be this hard to do.
We spent almost an hour and just listening to you going over the
So
same
go ahead and
points.
restart my timer
We've
to 8
gotten
minutes so
nowhere.
I can reply to what they said before, and then we can start the 2 minute thing.
You're getting your 2 minutes.
See, I mean, it's
As
obvious that this is unfair.
You
They said,
haven't listened to me
Wombo
once.
talk for 2 minutes. How the fuck am I respond to him and Parlo?
No. Here's this cool thing. I said we were starting over. So everyone's on the same page. You are going to address points made from this point forward. You do not have to go and defend your point from the past 8 to 10 minutes because, yes, you can't do that. We get that. So we're starting it over because you want a fair debate. Since you say this debate was biased, all the points made before should no longer matter to you. So I don't get why they matter so much to you if they are biased. If they're biased, you should be able to push them off in your own fucking video. Okay? You'll get your 2 minutes. Parlo will get 2 minutes, and then I'll mute him. It's not rocket science. Go.
Those 8 minutes that he said before were full of lies. So obviously I have to debunk them. But
As I said in the
basically,
video.
Parlo continuously says that apparently I'm, quote, let me see, allowing docs info and Roblox porn inside of my server, which I'm obviously not. Obviously, it's against my rules. And this person is a regular member who I have banned, who is no longer in my server, who was never supposed to be in my server to begin with. Honestly, if CP posters, if doxers are in my server, all of them will get banned. If anybody lets me know, they'll get banned. I don't allow any of that in my server. None of my mods have done this, which are actually people that I stand by. So if they did it, okay, then I would be at fault. But since it's a regular server member, you're not responsible for any regular server members post. That's like saying YouTube is responsible for what random people post on YouTube. That makes absolutely no sense. Obviously, anybody can post on YouTube, and therefore they can post whatever the hell they want. YouTube's not responsible for that. Just like I'm not responsible for what regular server members post in my server. Now, Parlo is responsible for whenever he made a pedophile, which we all knew was a pedophile in 2023, a mod in his server who posted lewd images, who has around 3 victims at this time, or at the time that in 2023 had around 3 victims, and it was widely known that he was a pedophile. Parlo still allowed him to be mod inside of his server, and then created way more victims because of that. The docs information on Flamingo is not real. The number is completely fake. As far as I'm concerned, the person who posted the docs information had no credibility. And Flamingo's name is already public. The address is completely unreadable, and the number is fake. So there should be no reason at all to say I'm doxing Flamingo. Whenever people dox, it's usually with malicious intent. I had obviously no malicious intent with this because I blurted. If I wanted to dox Flamingo, I would not have blurted at all. Obviously, I did not want to dox Flamingo.
Alright. Electro gets 1 minute.
God, that was boring. Holy shit. I felt
Okay,
like he
can
was,
I say
he was
something?
like, yelling at the people listening more than he was yelling at me. I don't know. I feel like he's incessant. He's
Who's
like
next?
he's very entitled. But wait, whose go is it now? Is it my go?
Believe Electro.
Electro's go. Oh, okay.
Alright, Electro, you get 2 minutes. Go.
Acknowledge that XD Gamer, the person who literally brought this up to life, was a predator who was after Parlo and was the sole reason why Homotopia was created in the first place. I'm done.
You're done?
Okay, let me have my 2
It
minutes.
was just a question, yeah.
Candles goes next. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Yeah, have lit candles go. Yeah.
Okay, I have
Yeah.
some objective things to say about some previous stuff. Okay, first off, so I just want to say, as a former friend of yours, Loop Cube, you have been repeating yourself. You've done a lot of whining, and you seem overall really upset. I'm objectively telling you that. Please, you gotta clear your mind a little bit and calm down. You look really bad in this, and I'm telling you this as a friend. You need to calm down. Okay, now with my actual points. So with the Among Us thing, You were like, well, I've changed and this and that. You might have changed, and I'm saying if it's true, the 4 years to not talk to him, that's great. But what I want to say is you playing Among Us with him is normalizing him being like an acceptable person in the community. So that is a bad thing, and I want to put that out there. I'm okay. Another thing I want to go over. So, I'm friends with previous Natty victims, and they have told me, they straight up told me, well before this debate, that Parlo had reached out to them. In your video, you said that you don't believe Parlo was actually doing that or actually trying to get evidence against him. I know for a fact one of my friends came to me in the voice call. I actually might have his voice call recorded because I didn't I was like recording for a video, and they like joined my call and they were like started talking to me about it. They told me themselves that Parlo and Schlepp had contacted them and to get their story about Natty. So I know of him grooming a minor while being a full adult. You should not have been making those comments. That was really out of pocket. You made it like 5 or 6 times. You had been saying that in your video. I was shocked, honestly. But yeah. Oh, and with the victim thing, where you were like, Parlo shouldn't be, making comments about that. Victims should be able to make you call out their predators. That's perfectly fine for them to do. Okay, my time ran out. All right.
All right. I'm going to let. Oh my God! Shut up.
Wait, can I respond to what Looped Q
No,
said? I have some
If possible, can we let Q go? Because then he's going to complain that we let 3 people go and he only gets 1 minute.
Oh my God! Fine.
All right. You got 1 minute to respond to any point of your choice. Go.
I feel as if everybody, if one person goes and they talk to me, I should have a minute at 2 minutes. Then if another person goes and they talk to me again, I should have 2 minutes again to respond to them. You shouldn't allow 2 people to go ahead of me. That makes no sense. But basically, XD Gamer, to answer the original question from Alexa, or Electro, whatever his name is, basically, XD Gamer, I have no idea who he is.
Yes,
Inside
you
of
did.
Parlo's document, not really, no. I've never
you
even
did.
interacted with him
You
before.
were told in
I
the
mean,
forum.
you're interrupting by 2 minutes right now. Server mute Parlo. Loser. Anyways, basically, XD Gamer, I have no idea who he is. I don't even think I've ever talked to the dude before. Apparently, he's a horrible person. That still doesn't change the fact that Parlo has admitted to opening up this Discord server, posting a pedophile as the mod, and then the pedophile obviously does some pedophilic shit, like posting lewd images of himself inside of the chat as a mod that Parlo appointed and trusted in charge of literally minors inside of the server. So, with that, moving on to the whole me posting porn thing, basically, this link was from Ruben Sim, who constantly posts moderation, like does his own moderation thing where he posts Roblox porn links on his Twitter account. I took this Roblox porn link from Ruben Sim's Twitter account, and this Roblox link I posted inside of the server with a spoiler over it, meaning you have to click it twice, and a warning saying, this is porn, report it. And I made sure to let it be known that it was porn, so I'm not posting it randomly or something, like I just randomly posted porn. I literally didn't. I made sure it was known. Any minors that clicked it definitely shouldn't have, because I knew it was porn. So if you click a link knowing that it's porn, at that point, I'm not trying to expose minors to porn at all. They clicked it, and if they did, they should not have done that at all, because they knew exactly what it was.
Alright, Parlo, I know, wants to go, so.
I haven't had the ability to speak for like 10 minutes.
Are you
but
gonna
I
ask for your
literally
20
bitched
minutes?
about it like
That's
Luke
how it
Q
feels.
did.
That's exactly how it feels.
Yeah, but I'm not bitching like a child about it, am I?
No,
start
you
the
are.
timer.
You are.
Alright,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, you didn't respond to any of Lit Candle's points because you know it was constructive criticism and you're a bitch when it comes to that. 3 of these comments I'm posting right now are different children who said they searched up the docs information you had in the video and they literally found it and proved it to be his. You have no proof that it was different. That's completely unsubstantiated information. You had someone even tell you to blur it out more, but you doubled down in your video like a fucking piece of shit. I'm going to show more screenshots as well all the way down here. Give me some time. Pause the timer. I don't want to. I have like a shit ton of screenshots from other videos, so you're just going to have to give me a minute. So this is obviously you promoting the OnlyFans right there by not blurring anything out. I've shown other screenshots as well of you allowing my house in the server and shit like that. Clearly, you're going around in circles again, not addressing my original Homotopia response document where I clearly go over why Natty Forsyth manipulated me by doing all this disgusting fucking shit. You still haven't addressed why porn was allowed in your server and you did nothing to stop it, or why you have absolutely no verification thing in your server to prevent anything from being posted in it. I do like as well how you bring up the porn situation as well. When you posted a porn link in my YouTuber Discord server, which was meant to be a professional server, for no fucking reason did you post this link other than the fact that you even wanted attention, and you used this shitty fucking little defense that you posted a little fucking spoiler on it, like as if a spoiler would stop someone from clicking the fucking link regardless. Like, you don't understand how fucking stupid that defense is, and you know it's fucking stupid. Your entire argument lands on the fact that you posted a spoiler there as if that changes absolutely anything. Regardless, though, you posted literally a fucking porn link in my server where there was children, and you knew there was children, you knew there was minors in there. So you really have no genuine excuse for that. And if we want to play a little, like a virtue signal card here as well, in your original video on me, you show Natty Forsyth's fucking panty picture with a shit fucking blur on it. So you yourself are a hypocrite for showing Natty Forsyth's fucking lewds with a shit fucking blur on it. This isn't even taking into account the fact that you edited out Flamingo's pants and made him look nude in the thumbnail to bait fucking clicks. But if you look, if everyone goes to the comments I have, there are people literally stating they got baited into thinking that there was a Flamingo nude image being shown.
Alright. Loop will get 4 minutes because to respond to Parlo, and I believe Opal wanted to come up.
All right,
Who
give
was
him
it?
4 minutes. Let's go. Let it go.
Alright, Alright, let's go.
Wait,
Let's
is it
go.
my turn?
Yes, it's your turn, go.
Alright, so I'm gonna be really quick. I'm just gonna start off by saying I'm not even sure why we're still here right now, because I just want to point out you have done, LootQ, you have done nothing but fucking complain about time when we have other shit to be talking about. And not only that, let me just check something real quick. I don't have a lot to say, but I would also like to point out you apparently found it more important to insult Parlo mid-timer. Like, can you explain that maybe? Like, I can't quite understand that. Like, I don't understand where your priorities are, because you'd rather insult Parlo than actually get your point straight. And also just repeating yourself, like, over and over again. Like, you're not really making a lot of sense to me. That's all I really had to say. I just wanted to point that out, to be honest.
Loop Q, you will get 1 minute 30.
What do you mean? Give him. Let me make it fair. Make it fair, please.
I just want to say something. Could we get response from Loop Q about what Lit Candles was saying? That's all. That's all. I
Oh,
want.
yes, actually. Let's add 2 minutes to the clock then.
Thank you. Could he address that first?
Yes. Loop Q addressed that question.
I now have
Yeah.
2 minutes to respond to 3 different people, so this is pretty impossible.
Pause
But I'll try
now,
to make the best
actually,
out of
do
it.
not try
I
to
don't even have
reword
2
what I
minutes
said.
now because you're interrupting me.
Respond to
What?
Lit
I paused. Are you actually clinically ill? I paused your timer, dude. If you would listen to me for once, I said I will reset the timer for each person you talk to. So please, shut the fuck up and get to your point.
Amen.
Like I said, I have 3 people to respond to in 2 minutes, so
Oh
now I'll first respond to Parlo. And basically,
No.
you have to realize that now I'm being interrupted again.
Sir, mute him. Sir, mute him for a second. Respond to Lit Candles. Respond to Lit Candles. Don't respond to Parlo just yet. Respond to what Lit Candles said before your stupid, like, moronic mind forgets what he said. You can unmute him.
All right. And don't complain about your time because I'm not going to pause the timer this time.
I now have 1 minute 40 seconds to respond to 3 people, so I'll do my best. Alright, so Parlo, basically he's trying to say that I posted this porn link to minors, and it wasn't even inside of his server, so he completely got that wrong. Kona actually owned the server, was an entirely different server than the RYC.
Parlo,
the original RYC Basically, Guamgo still interrupting me, so sad.
I don't give a
little
shit.
timer. He's
I really
literally
don't.
still interrupting me.
I
But
really,
let me just go ahead and mute him. I'll just mute him. Alright, so
So stupid.
it was not Parlo's server. Parlo did not own the server. It was a different person's server. I got banned from the original server that Parlo owned, so I went to this server. And in it, I did at everyone and post this Roblox link that did have a picture of a woman that was not completely nude inside of it. And honestly, they got taken down very quickly because Ruben Sim had originally posted it. I took Ruben Sim's link and I just put it in there under a spoiler and made sure it was known that it was porn. You know who didn't make sure it was known? Flamingo, which of course I'm not hating on him for it, since he probably did not know at all that this link was to a porn account, but his tweet has a porn link. You click on it with no warning, and it's immediately there. And apparently Parlo has no problem with this, but posting a Roblox link is his problem. Anyways, Lit Candles, I know you were my former friend. I haven't talked to in years at this point, but the fact that I never called Parlo a pedophile, I did say that he reminds me of Scrimzox, which he does. I mean, he's British, and he also has a picture with Scrimzox in real life, which definitely reminds me of him. But I did not say he was a pedophile ever. Parlo was not a pedophile. There's no evidence proving that, so I would never say it. Neither is Schlep. I never called Schlep a pedophile. There's no proof of him being a pedophile, so I would never do that. And if there's no proof of somebody being a pedophile, then they're not one. Even if I personally have issues with these people, and I think that inside of the future since the degenerate stuff they've done now is pretty bad, that they could be potentially hiding stuff, and I'm weary of being around them. That does not mean that they're a pedophile. I just compared them to because I feel like they're pretty similar in ways, especially since they called me out for pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah, so I gave you actually 1 minute 30, so now next time, Loops Q, please don't twist the instructions I said. I said I'd reset it for each person you respond to, so don't go out and say I'm giving you 1 minute 40 when I'm accounting for time you actually lost. So now I'm gonna let Cormix go because he's a victim and he has the right to speak and defend his point. Go.
All right, so Loops Q, I was one of the miners who saw the link that you sent to the Roblox thing, which was inappropriate. I mean, the only way to report it is if you click on the link and then be exposed to it. There's literally no other way. Like, how would a child how would you click on it, try to report it without actually seeing the real thing? I mean, you're still technically subjecting minors to sexual exposure, such thing, which should not be a good thing. You should have let this Alter Ruben Sim to handle it because Roblox was looking at his tweets and you probably even knew it yourself probably. And now the next thing I want to address is the fact that you were trying to insinuate that Parlo will be a pedophile in the future because he was groomed by Nathrix, and so you're trying to perpetuate the impression that victims will be future pedophiles. This is an actual harmful stereotype that literally creates stigma against actual victims who have dealt with the exact same thing that Parlo went through. Do you even consider what you're saying here when you say stuff like, "Oh, this guy got groomed by a predator, so he's gonna be a predator himself as well"? This is actually really harmful for victims in this circumstance. So, and that's one of the main reasons why I would never say this in any circumstance whatsoever. And this is the main reason why you should never predict anybody being a pedophile, especially in this circumstance. So, at this point, and another thing is about the Flamingo docs thing. Even if the phone number is deactivated, it can still be reinstated by another person. Yeah, you know what I mean. And once that person gets the phone number, it could probably violate their privacy as well. That's what I'm trying to say here.
All right. I hate when it does that. Okay. Luke Q, you get 2 minutes to respond. Go.
As a victim, that does not mean that you're going to become a pedophile in the future. Of course that doesn't mean that. And matter of fact, I've never stated that Parlo was a pedophile, and I've never stated that Schlep was a pedophile. All I said is that there's no proof yet, but in the future there could be proof. Just like in the future there could be proof of anybody being a pedophile.
This
And
guy
what you should
considered
base that
target.
off of is his past actions, which Parlo has shown that he's willing to not only defend Natty, but also have Natty as a mod inside of his Discord server with children in it.
Yo,
So
guys,
obviously,
guys,
with him having this
Luke's
as
reject-
a history, I could therefore use that as a way to think that in the future I should probably stay farther away from him, since he could turn out to be a weird person that could be a pedophile later on. That in itself is not stating that he's a pedophile at all. All it is stating my opinion and on the situation. I mean, me stating that there's no proof truly shows that I don't think that I'm not saying that he's a pedophile at all. And until there's proof released, I will not be stating that he's a pedophile. Just because he reminds me of Scrimsocks does not mean he's a pedophile. And just because I think that there might be some weird stuff that comes out in the future does not make him a pedophile at all. There needs to be hardcore proof, otherwise he's not. And I'll never say he is. Including Schlep as well. Sure, I may have said that, I don't know. What did I say? Hold on, let me quote this screenshot. I said, time will tell. No one expected Cadogan either. There's no proof yet. Weirdos get exposed all the time. Just like Potimer. Everybody thought Potimer was a good person. Turns out he's a child rapist. So there's always possibility of somebody being exposed. But until they are exposed, just like before everybody knew that, then you cannot say that he's a pedophile, and I would never do that. Also, Paulo said I was glazing him, but the video that I wanted was on Potimer. Potimer's a child rapist. Obviously, I wanted proof. That's not glazing.
Alright. Parlo, do you wish to respond? Do you wish to respond? You are unmuted, Parlo. Parlo,
Oh
you
wow,
are
amazing,
unmuted.
great call. Anyway, yes, you did call me a pedophile in the video. You said at the end of the video, what is in the dark, what is dark will come to the light. I cannot wait to see what you've done, Paolo, because I will be the first one to make a video on you. Like, you are the most retarded son of a bitch in the world if you think that I'm not gonna blast you in my next video, because you called me and kept insinuating that I'm a pedophile, and everyone's gonna know it. And as much as you cope and you're gonna pretend, you would love for me to be a pedophile. You'd fucking love it. You wouldn't give a shit about the victims. You would love if there was some child abused in this situation, because you could finally win your little shitty argument that I'm gonna become the next Natty Forsyth, because you couldn't give less of a shit that I was groomed or manipulated by her, because your entire premise lies on the fact that there is a repeat cycle with this shit, and you like to discredit anyone who called you out as being a pedophile. For example, you would always go over how Kaneko Kitten called you, not Kaneko Kitten, or Kaneko Kitten and Scrimzox called you out, and you got a ton of dislikes for it. And as soon as Schlep did that, you stated verbatim, literally, when I told you that Schlep called you out, you stated that, well, Kaneko Kitten did the same, and he turned out to be a pedophile. And I said, wait, so you're insinuating that Schlep is a pedophile? And you were like, time will tell. You are clearly insinuating there that there is a pattern of people calling you out and becoming pedophiles, and you've clearly alluded to the fact that you believe to some degree that Schlep probably has skeletons in his closet and is a pedophile. Schlep saw that, he made a tweet on it, he clearly sees the same fucking thing as well. You're not being slick here. You don't have some form of plausible deniability. Everyone knows what you're trying to insinuate in these messages. You're trying to insinuate that you're the only one who's got virtues, that you can moral ground stand with all of this, and that everyone's in the wrong except you. And I've never seen you want to apologize or take accountability, unlike me, which I've done in my document, in which you cannot be fucked to read. I've said my piece.
Luke Q, do you wish to respond? Alright, 2 minutes starting.
Alright, so me saying that I think somebody might be a pedophile in the future is not calling them a pedophile. I have the ability to have my own opinion of what I think is going to happen in the future. Whether I think somebody has skeletons in their closet or not does not change anything. That still does not mean they're a pedophile. That's not me calling them a pedophile. That's just me saying that, hey, if they are, then I would not be surprised. I mean, obviously, Paulo, you've done some degenerate things in the past, which you have admitted to. You admit to having Natty as your moderator. You admit that that was a horrible idea in hindsight. And you admit that she is, in fact, a pedophile. So I've never done this. I've never had a pedophile as my mod. My mods are completely clean as far as I'm concerned, and have never posted anything like Natty's posted to minors inside of your server. Yeah, and I don't think that the people who posted inside of my server all this horrible stuff, who are not my mods, who are members, should have any effect on my reputation at all. Obviously, I don't want people posting that in my server. It's obvious that that would be a horrible thing to see for me, for anybody else that's inside of the server. Anybody who's done that, report it to me, I'll ban them immediately. I hate every pedophile. I hate all of the people who post CP, and I never would want them in my server. Obviously, everybody knew that Nathrix was a pedophile. Inside of 2023, I hadn't talked to them in multiple years because of this. And the fact that you talked to them and added them to your server, was just a horrible idea. And as Corman was said earlier, people who have gotten victimized don't necessarily become predators. And I completely stand on that. Just because you're a victim of Natty, that does not mean you have to do the same thing as him. I implore everybody to never become a predator, never do any of that stuff. It's wrong, and I don't want any more victims.
Alright, time's up. Alright. Electro wishes to respond. He will get 2 minutes. Go.
Alright, you said you're gonna ban every child predator from your server, yet you allow Yarrow Gaming, a child predator, in your server to post the very thing you are calling Parlo out on. So it's kind of very hypocritical that you would say you would ban every child predator from your server, yet allow this man who's hosting pics and Parlo's house in your server. You have a logs channel on your server. All you have to do is just look that up, see what Yarrow posted, and then just ban him from your server immediately.
Is that all?
Yep.
Alright. Looped Q, you get 2 minutes to respond. Go.
Yarrow is not my friend. I have no idea who Yarrow is. I hate the fact that they were ever on my server in the first place. I wish I had known that they were a pedophile beforehand, so I could have just banned them. Me having images on my server does not mean I want people coming to my server and posting CP. I obviously don't want that. I hate people who post CP. I hate Yarrow for ever posting that in my server. And I never even knew that he was in my server to begin with. I never knew who he was, and I had no idea of the entire situation. Parlo continuously insinuates and says that I allowed people to post this in my server when I didn't. I didn't allow them to do anything. They just randomly did it. I have people inside of my server that are moderators, and I expect them to do their job. Obviously, they banned around 23 people. I have proof of this after all of this took place. And these 23 people could have definitely been the ones that are posting these disgusting images. I hate the fact that Parlo's house was posted in my server, and I truly take accountability that I should have never had anyone in my server that would do that. Even though technically speaking, I didn't really know that this was even possible. I had no idea that Parlo was posting his video at that time and would cause a whole influx of people in my server that would do such horrific things. I hate that anybody did anything horrific on my server. And the fact that people use these image privileges that I give to all my fans as a way to show whatever they want. You know, if they have a creative idea or a creative thing, an image that they want to post, I allow it because it makes the server better. But the fact that people use this for negativity just makes me sad, you know? I obviously don't want anyone in my server posting this type of disgusting degeneracy stuff. And the fact that people did just makes me upset because now it's hurt me, even though I didn't do any of it. Like, they weren't my moderators. I had no say in the matter of Yarrow being in my server. And I never wanted in my server at all. Fuck that guy for ruining my reputation in that sense.
Exceeded your time by 1 second. Alright. Parlo, do you wish to respond, or can I let the audience know?
Yes, I want to respond.
All right, 2
I've
minutes, 1
noticed that,
second.
like,
Go.
I've noticed that he's completely dodged lit candles like the entire fucking time as well. He's just like never responded to her. I mean, I believe we've already gone over everything, but Loop Q, add me back to the server and I'll just look for every single DM message in there, and I will just continue to build up like an ever-growing case against you and your hypocrisy, in the sense that you claim you hold no culpability in what happened in your server, despite the fact that you've put no framework to prevent any degenerate shit from being posted. Yet you believe that I have the full culpability possible in Homotopia. Your only point that you have ever, you literally have no other point. And everyone, just to be reminded once again, for all 114 people here, he completely left Homotopia in the ground. He went to my server, glazed me in it, glazed me on my uploading schedule 2 to 3 weeks ago, and he literally stated that Homotopia was old news and was quote unquote apologized for, and we've moved on. And then in his video, he said the only reason why he brought it up again was because I dared speak to Natty fucking Forsyth. And what was the speaking? I asked her, why did she groom me? And why is she a pedophile? Why did she send child porn to Dino Nuggets, etc., 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 etc.? Like, dude, you're retarded. You brought up Homotopia in a bad faith manner because you had nothing else against me. You've done that with Guamgo. You slandered Schlep. You slandered me. You've slandered Guamgo. You just had this long history of doing this shit. And you even tried, and even better, you illogically claimed that I over-censored the flamingo images, yet you did that to the John Roblox image in order to try and make it look like he posted porn. You fucking tried to go after John Roblox's reputation and go for his throat over literally just him making dick jokes. Like, what? There's fucking nothing there. You've got no substance to go after that guy. And you also illogically go after Shark Blocks for bullshit reasons as well. You try and start shit with people over absolute nothing burgers just so you can get views, just so you can get money, because you get fuck all money because no one watches your videos and you have very low AVD. So my piece.
Alright. I know some people in the audience wish to respond or ask a question. Oh, it was Candles, sorry. Okay. Candles, do you still wish to respond? Alright. 2 minutes. Go.
Okay, so I want to be a little nice to Loop Cube here. First of all, everyone that's in the chat, like, making fun of his voice, don't do that. It's not cool at all. He genuinely can't help that. Okay, on to some previous points I want to bring up. So first of all, for the server thing, everyone's been, harping on him really bad for that. I want to say someone with that used to run a Discord server as well. When you're like a small YouTuber, it's very hard to have like a good moderation system. The only reason why my moderation system when I was a small YouTuber was good was because pretty much everyone that was in the Chloe Games Discord mod team was on my mod team as well. So I had a fairly good mod team. But I've been in a lot of Discord servers with really bad moderation. And it's not like an intentional thing. It's just they don't have like trustworthy people. So I don't think Loop Cube was like intentionally leaving that stuff in his Discord server to like try to like, mess with Parlo or anything. And, I don't know that for a fact. I'm just, playing devil's advocate here. Another thing, everyone was fighting about the moral high ground thing, or like, I think something in his video where he was like, the worst you have against me is like some thumbnails. As a former friend, we all have skeletons in our closet. I definitely know some things about you that isn't the best. I'm not going to bring it up here. I'm not going to leak it. I have the stuff, but I do not have any intention of leaking it or calling you out or exposing you for it. Because I'm a friend of yours, I don't think it's right to, expose people for their past, especially if it's something out of context, something, not the best word. Another thing, the whole doxing thing, I'm gonna be honest with you, Looped. It was very poorly censored. It definitely could have been better censored. And when I was watching the video, I could not clearly see it, but if I cared enough, I could have figured out what it is. And, okay, my time's gonna run out, but okay. That's all I have time for.
Alright. Okay, so 1 second. Looped Q, you will be invited up to the stage. You will be given 4 minutes. Of these 4 minutes, you are to switch to the other person at the 2-minute mark. Okay? Your first 2 minutes begins now. Go.
I'm gonna address Parlo first, and then I'll address Candles afterward. So Parlo, hold on, let me rejog my memory. hold on. Paula was saying that I had pictures of Flamingo and they weren't censored properly. Basically, I had Flamingo's lower body completely censored. Flamingo completely censored Paolo completely censored Flamingo's upper body as well. I feel like a man can have his shirt off. I don't think that's suggestive at all. Now, in the John Roblox stuff, the photo of the woman, she had her titties out, basically, and basically also, not only was that the case, but it was an anime photo of her, and this anime was also hinting at hentai links and stuff like that, so I felt like it was necessary to just go ahead and censor the entire thing, since, you know, it is pretty suggestive, which I did. Now, when a man has his shirt off, it's completely different. I feel like a man, you know, you don't have to censor that at all. I mean, the upper half of his body, I feel like that doesn't really matter. If kids see a man with his shirt off, obviously if you're outside and you're at a beach, you're going to see that anyway. Like, come on. I feel like the censoring was not that bad. And on the entire situation where the phone number or whatever, the phone number is fake. Paulo, the only way he says that these phone numbers are real are from random YouTube comments. Obviously, that the random YouTube comments prove nothing. I still don't think this docs information was real at all. And since then, I'm sure Flamingo has either changed his number and he's confirmed that he's moved location. So the location for sure is not real or up to date. And the phone number I don't think is real either. I think these people just posted a random phone number with the Florida area code, which is totally possible to do, especially since this Twitter user wasn't trustworthy at all. It's totally possible they're trying to troll Flamingo and just make him upset. The fact that this happened is not at all like involving that, and I'm not saying that them having skeletons.
Okay, you are.
Can I just speak and just quickly
No,
go over
because
why that?
he's
I've
gonna
written
get
on a
mad.
notepad. I've written on a
Please.
notepad like how retarded this is.
Please.
So he says he still doesn't think it's real, despite the fact that earlier on recording he said that verbatim it wasn't real. He has no proof that the phone number was not his, and also despite the fact that even if it wasn't Flamingo's personal address, that still puts the family who's living there in danger because he is presented as if it was actually his address. Luke Q made no effort in that video to clarify that it was not his address. And regardless, he's still coping at the fact that it was poorly censored. He could have easily gone on YouTube Studio to nullify the fact that it's clearly presented on a video with thousands of views. He refused to do that. He, in fact, doubled down on it because he has an ego as big as a fucking balloon. And he showed it in the video. We got privacy struck down. And also the images of Flamingo, he still copes. He says it's censored. Well, are you talking about the video a year ago where you edited off his underwear? I don't know why you did that, but you edited off this grown man's underwear to make him look nude in the thumbnail to bait little children. Yes, you're baiting little children to watch this video because they see their favorite YouTuber fucking naked because you, being the absolute weird ass that you are, decided to go onto a suggestive gym photo of his and take off his fucking underwear on whatever editing software you use. And if you're talking about the other one, that was a nude image, and you shittily blurred it as well. Like, it's stunning how YouTube allows those images in the first place. I got an idea, Luke, here. I'm going to offer a proposition. First of all, invite me to your server, and I'll look over everything in that server. And do it right now so you don't purge anything. And two, why don't we report your videos for suggestive images and invasion of privacy? And let's see what YouTube does in response to it. Because clearly, I don't think YouTube will allow content like that on the platform. And clearly, no one's reported the video yet. So are you going to keep the video up with the dog's information shittily blurred? Or are now you going to do something after, you know, you've been told that I'm currently going to be reporting your video? Let's see what you do. Because if you decide to change it, then you're now coming to terms with the fact that you know that it's in violation of YouTube terms of service. And I'd also like for you to clarify, because you still haven't in my previous video, why you don't think that it's in a violation of his privacy, or at least whoever lives there, because you could clearly distinguish that information. People in your comments were stating that verbatim regardless. So I'd like to hear what you have to say to that.
Alright, Luke Q gets 4 minutes.
2 minutes, I made it. Okay, yeah, 4 minutes, whatever.
Alright. At the 2 minute mark, you'll have to switch between the two people you need to respond to, that being Parlo and, I believe, Lit Candles. Electro has a question after this as well. Go. Oh shit. That's my bad. Go.
So the fact that a man has his shirt off is apparently suggested to Parlo, which isn't at all. And also, I never took the underwear off at all. That's obviously impossible. You can't all it is it's an orange blur. What you do is you put an orange image over it, and then you blur the image, and that's it. It's just an orange blur instead of a red one. It's completely blurred. There's nothing wrong with the image. It's not suggestive. And the fact that he says suggestive workout images is insane. These are bodybuilding images. They're not suggestive at all. Having your underwear on instead of a bodybuilding image is completely normal. It's any bodybuilding competition allows kids. It allows any of any age, because bodybuilding images are not suggestive at all. Him saying that is just a misrepresentation of the image. Bodybuilding images are not suggestive. They're bodybuilding images. Like, the entire context behind that has nothing to do with sex at all. The reason that John Roblox did is because he's posting these images, these suggestive images with the word hentai underneath them, which is a anime porn site, which obviously makes the image way more suggestive than a bodybuilding image that the entire point of it is obviously just to show the workout progress. So he's just misrepresenting the entire thing in the first place, and also the address inside of the photo is unreadable. Sure, the phone number is readable, and this phone number is fake. I shouldn't have to prove that a phone number is fake, because how the hell are you supposed to prove a phone number is fake? Obviously, I have no access to Flamingo's real number, so I'm unable to prove that it's fake. Proving that something is fake is insane. Obviously, you're innocent until proven guilty. Like I said with the pedophile stuff before, Parlo is innocent until proven guilty. Until I prove that he's a pedophile, he's not one. And I have no evidence that he is one. I'm never going to say he is one until there's evidence released. And that's the same thing goes with Schlep. Obviously, they're not pedophiles. I have no evidence.
Alright, switch
Innocent
topic.
until proven guilty.
Switch topic.
Alright, so
Pick
lit
the
candles. Basically,
I believe-
I know I'm not a perfect person. No one is perfect in this entire world. But Parlo has done way more degenerate stuff than me, and I can openly say that with no type of at all, thinking that I might get exposed later on for something I did. Anything that you're talking about that was out of context was probably from back when I was like a kid, and I still have no idea what it is. I'd like to see any of this proof, and if you show everyone, I would have no problem with it. Obviously, you're my former friend, and you have agreed with me with the fact that I really didn't have control over what was posted in the Discord server, not only because I was not online, but my mods actually banned over 20 people in response to this. And I obviously don't think that everything that was posted in my server was good. I wish that it hadn't been posted. And honestly, the fact that it was is very disappointing to me. Anything that was posted in my server that doxed Parlo, that doxed anyone else, is obviously not allowed. And doxing is with a malicious doxing is with malicious intent. So saying that I doxed Flamingo is completely misrepresenting the topic, because doxing is usually with malicious intent. I had no malicious intent at all when I posted that screenshot. Matter of fact, it was calling out people that were apparently doxing him. With this dox information not even being confirmed real, and the address not being readable. Parlo says that he can read the address, but I don't think he can at all. He'll just say that, even though he has shown no proof that he could read it at all. Sure, the number was able to read, but either way, Parlo would have to prove that this information is even correct in the first place for it to be doxing. Otherwise, it's just a random address, and anybody can say that a random address is Flamingo, and that's not wrong in a necessary sense, because just because an address is claimed to be Flamingo does not make it doxing. Like, you could say a random number right now and say it's Flamingo's, and that wouldn't be doxing Flamingo because it's not his number at all. If it's a fake number, it's not a dox. So Parlo's just wrong.
Alright, time's over. Also, I just want to say first, an attempt at doxing is still an attempt at doxing. So it still has no moral high ground. But I believe Opal is up next. So Opal, you get your 2 minutes. Go. Oh, Opal.
Alright, so I'll get 1 Big Mac, hold the lettuce, give me a grimace shake with that too. Preferably small, I'm on a diet. You also gotta I guess we'll go for some small fries.
All right, I'm gonna come in and just say, Looped Q, fuck you, you suck. Regardless, the information that you've shown in the video, even if it wasn't flamingos, which you've proven it, you have not proven under any circumstances. So you've openly lied to everyone in the server, claiming it wasn't his information. Dude, someone's mic's reverberating now. You clearly put whoever's house that was, even if it wasn't in danger, because you presented it and marketed in your video as if it was his dog's information, and then you doubled down by showing that exact same image in your other video. You were told directly that the image was shitly blurred, and you could have, under both circumstances, used YouTube Studio to censor it, or anything else, and you doubled down in your other video and showed the exact same fucking thing. You couldn't take any accountability. If, like, any form of criticism goes your fucking way, you feel the need to deflect. When Lit Candles brought up the shit you did in your past, you deflect. You take no accountability. You don't fucking apologize. And with Homotopia as well, you made the excuse that you were an inactive server owner, and that shit happened behind your back. The same fucking thing happened to me. But your dumb retard, like, energy is admitting strongly here, because you can't even sense how hypocritical you are, even if it hit you in the fucking face. Because I wasn't active. I had trust in this fucking mod, being that Nathrix, and it was fucking misplaced as hell, as much as it was misplaced for me to ever think that you deserved a second chance after you tried to swing at me the first fucking time, because I make dumb fucking mistakes because people make mistakes, and me ever trusting you was a massive mistake as well. Never to repeat that shit again. But regardless, you're a fucking hypocrite, and I'm going to bring that up in my video, and you have no response to it at all. You see, okay, YouTubers which have a relatively small audience are going to have servers that are less properly moderated. Well, the same fucking thing with me for my Twitter account, because my Twitter account had a server representative of it, which was completely disjointed from the Parlo alias, and it was a fucking small server too. That's why I wanted as many mods as possible, and it had more mods than you did, Looped, and your server has no raid protection. It has absolutely no verification system, and anyone in it can post fucking image pumps. I don't get why that hasn't got into anyone's heads. Anyone in that server can post image pumps, and you could easily make it so that doesn't happen, but you don't have that. You see, if you want to keep shitting on me for my Discord server problems, then you ought to have the most pristine Discord server yourself, and you don't fucking have that. You instead let my fucking house be posted in your server by someone who's literally being memed in that server as being a fucking pedophile CP poster, and it was up on that server for 12 hours to the point where you immediately banned me. But Yarrow, he fucking left on his own volition. You're bullshitting when you're claiming that I was banned for raid reasons, because I was in that server for a longer period of time than everyone else.
Alright, I can show the proof of you getting banned, but obviously you say that you had no culpability because you weren't there, and you appointed a pedophile as your mod. Of course it
Same.
had. Debunking it. You literally just said that. Anyways, let's get this whole system back. Where'd Dial's system go? I need the system
You
back.
associated with
No,
someone who
bro,
you
I'm
believe to
done
be a
with your
pedophile.
See, you literally keep on mentioning the exact same thing. I mentioned the same response. You
Yeah,
say
every
I'm going
time
in
you
circles.
mention the
You
same
are going in
fucking thing, I'm gonna do the
circles.
same thing to you. What you on about? Are you dumb?
You keep on saying that I played Among Us with them 4 years ago. I haven't talked to
Yeah,
this dude in
every
3
time you bring up
years. What are
Nathrix, I'm gonna
doing?
bring up the shit you do. That's kind of how it fucking works, Looped Q, because you're a hypocrite.
Playing Among Us with him 5
You
years ago
weren't
was
just playing
nothing.
Among
That's
Us.
nothing.
Oh,
That's
yes, it
nothing.
is.
That's an actual
President in
nothing, bro.
private.
That's
I
nothing.
remember you associated with them in Discord servers, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, fucking 5 years ago, not 2 years ago. Like
5?
you.
Oh, now it's fucking happened 5 years ago, you dumb fucking moron.
I mean,
It
yeah,
was
it's about
before you were
4
15.
years. That's
You
insane
knew
amount of
better.
time.
You
You
called
did
them a
it 2 years
pedophile and went
ago,
back.
This
and you're
is the
still
same
talking
game.
to them to
This
this
is the same
day.
thing. This is the same thing.
No, everyone be quiet. I've actually got a good question. So you called them a pedophile. What made you think that that information was then fake when you decided to associate with them after?
Because
I
it
want
wasn't
to hear.
in 2023. I played with them in 2020.
No, you're
Which is-
deflecting.
no one
No,
knew
you
that
dumb fuck. You're
then.
deflecting.
Like, what are you
Mute him. He's
saying?
speaking over me. Mute him. Mute him. You called him a pedophile in 2019. Then you associated with him in 2020. Why did you call him a pedophile to then say that you only semi-believed that it was pedophilia? What changed? You know the situations, so do what I did. Break down the situations. Let's go over the craze situation. You called him a pedophile over the craze situation.
Now
So
stop moving
explain
on
why
from
you
that.
then
Stop
think
moving
he's
on.
50.
Stop moving on. Let me answer that first.
Okay, it's part of the same fucking thing regardless, dude, so I don't know why you interjected there. The craze situation. You called him a pedophile over the craze situation. So you went from calling him a pedophile verbatim to then saying, it was a 50-50. He could have been one, but I associated with him regardless. What changed? Don't deflect. Don't bring up anything. Just answer that cohesively. Do it. Do it. I want to hear. Unmute him. Anyone gonna unmute him? There we go.
Unfortunately, yes.
Let's do this 1 minute timer thing again.
No,
Anyways,
bro,
answer the
you
question.
do the
Oh my
timer.
I'm gonna keep pressing
I was
you
just putting it
until you
out there. I'm
answer.
gonna answer the questions.
No,
Give me a
you got
second,
plenty
bro.
of time. We don't have a
Come
timer,
on,
so
come
you
on.
can
Just
keep
stop
going
talking
on.
so I can answer and then stop talking, okay?
Go do it.
2020 was different in a sense that there was not only less victims, there was less proof, there was less evidence.
Wrong.
So you think there's not? So you think there's the exact same amount of evidence in
He
2020
did
as
not groom anyone
2025?
beyond the point
No.
of 2019. That is
So
on
you
fucking
think there's-
record. He did
That's-
not. Every victim who I fucking covered were groomed in 2019. Oh wait, except me. Except fucking me. The people in Homotopia weren't grooming victims in the same way that other people were. They were victims of seeing a disgusting fucking image that also very nicely you showed in your video shittily censored. But why have you can't hear what I'm saying? He's got the mute. He's like deafened.
Deafened the dude.
Okay, but regardless, he's
I didn't even
just
understand what you
fucking
said.
deflecting.
I was muted. I was deafened.
It doesn't matter. Just continue.
Okay, so in 2020 there was way less evidence. As
Whoa.
Parlo has said, there's 8 new victims. So obviously I didn't know about those
Not
8
new
victims
victims.
in
Ones who
2020.
didn't get covered before.
Yeah, meaning I had no idea. So you admit that there's new information now, right?
Yeah, new information I knew after Homotopia. I found it all myself in 2024.
So you don't think there was any new information posted between 2020 and 2023?
Most of the information was already public knowledge in 2019, but no one had the fucking. No one apparently had the investigation skills to cover the Inky and all of that shit either. They were too scared
No,
for some reason.
Answer the question, Parlo. Was
I
there
did.
more information? Yes or no? Versus 2020 vs 2023.
I found more information that's still not public knowledge. So, what is your excuse for associating with someone you called a pedophile? What changed?
So Parlo's still not answering the
What
question.
Luke, you
Was there
answer
more
the fucking
information
question.
released in between 2020 and 2023?
No, you called them a pedophile over the same
No, it
fucking
still didn't answer the
information.
question.
What changed? You're
New
deflecting,
information
you
was
shitty little
released.
lad.
New
You
information
called
was
them a
released.
pedophile over the craze situation. The craze situation. What made you think then it was a 50-50?
Because, like you said, they were saying it was out of context. There wasn't enough information. Now, there's more
Oh.
information. And in 2023, there was more information.
No, there
There
wasn't.
was not-
No, there wasn't. There wasn't any
There
new
was.
information.
There was
from
more
craze shit.
information released from
No,
2020
there
to
wasn't.
2023.
Oh my god, you're fucking lying out your ass. There was no fucking new
In
information
3
about
years,
craze
you don't think there was
situation.
any more information on
No
certain
one
topics?
contacted Craze before I did in 2024.
Sure,
There was no
maybe not
new
your information, but there was
No,
new
there was no
information.
new information. You don't know what you're talking about. You're lying
There
on
was.
a whim.
There was new
No,
information
you're lying
released
and you're
between
stammering 'cause
2020 and
you're getting pressured
2023.
right now. You're like an animal being backed into a corner. You have no fucking idea what you're on about. The Craze
There's-
situation
Bro.
it was found, new information was found from me in 2024. I contacted her myself. There was no new information since then. So you're telling me that you flip-flopped, you called them a pedophile, and then you decided, you know what, there was a 50-50 chance regardless, but I'm just going to take the risk. and
Also, I
play
never
with
said
them
it was
anyway.
50-50. That's just
Completely
wrong.
different to my shit. I fucking believed her lies. She fucking manipulated me upright. You were just retarded, and you were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna roll the fucking Mr. Beast Games fucking coin and just take the risk regardless."
Either way,
Yeah,
you know,
your
I was
fucking-
14.
Your situation is
Obviously,
way more like irresponsible than mine. My one was more malicious in the sense I was lied to directly. Your fucking excuse is stupid because you're a retarded person.
I was 14 when I played Among Us
No,
with
you
Scrimbox.
weren't. You lying piece of
Obviously.
shit. You were 15.
15.
Was I? Either way, 14,
Oh.
15, same thing. I was a minor. I was stupid. I
No,
played
I
Among Us
don't
with
think
I was a
Scrimbox.
minor. I
All the
made a
time.
Oh my
What are you
God.
talking about?
Different numbers. Guys, I was a minor,
Oh,
guys.
I
made a lot.
That means I have no
Oh,
culpability,
man.
guys. I
Here
have
I
no
am.
culpability
Here
of
I
my own
am,
actions.
literally being crucified for playing Among Us
No,
with
you
you all the
deserve
time.
to be crucified,
I created
bro.
no.
God.
I created no
Uh,
new victims. I did not. I literally created no new victims at all.
I created no new
Man,
victims of
25
Yes, you
Nazareth.
did. Everybody, every
No, I
minor who
didn't.
saw
None
that,
of
Oh my
Natty,
God, I feel
every
like I'm
single
losing
minor
my
who saw that
brain cells.
Natty's lewd photos is now a victim because of you.
A victim would imply that they got groomed, Looped Q. No one in that server
No, a
got groomed by
victim is
Nathan
anybody who
Afterclass.
has something done wrong to them. They're the victim.
Oh, wait, so that means you have
What?
victims then when you linked Roblox porn in that YouTuber server.
No, because anybody would have seen the link. They would have seen the fact that it has a spoiler. They would have seen the warning, and they
And
would have
actually,
known.
Forsyth image was under a spoiler as well. What's your excuse?
What was it? A warning saying this is a lewd image?
Dude,
No, there
Did you
wasn't.
literally link porn and said, everyone go click this link, spam L report, and it was behind a censor? You know censors don't work.
It was
I'm not
behind a
making an
censor,
excuse
and there
for
was a
Nathan,
warning. It was
I'm
behind a
certainly
censor,
not
and there was a
making an excuse
warning.
for you.
It was behind a censor, and it was a warning. Natty had no type of warning at all whenever she posted lewd images to minors.
I mean, that wouldn't.
There was
prevent
no
anyone
warning
from
at all.
clicking
They
it,
just
even if
she
they're
just
minor.
posted it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean,
I had
you just
spoilers,
can't,
then you had to
you
click
can't
link
take
twice.
accountability for shit. You really
And it was a
can't.
New
Roblox
topic.
link.
There's not
like-
one instance where you ever apologize because you're just fucking retarded.
It's not-
You should never. You
Right,
shouldn't have
you
a
didn't do anything
platform. If
wrong.
you don't have, you're almost 20-year-old man and you can't apologize for anything. That's just embarrassing.
I
How can
literally
you
didn't do
commend
anything
any
wrong.
any
You want me
sort
to
of
apologize
semblance
for
of
playing with
moral high ground?
Aetherix
You
whenever I
can't
was
ever take
14 in
accountability.
Among Us? Like,
Loop
who cares?
Q, is it morally wrong for someone to link Roblox porn in a Roblox YouTuber professional server with minors in it? Yes or no?
If they post warnings all over it, and it was in its intent to get it removed. It's not like I was just doing it for fun. Like, hey, everybody, come look at this. No, it was to get it removed, was get it banned as soon as possible, and I wanted to get as many reports as possible.
Regardless,
After I took it from Ruben Sims,
out the
after I
ordinary,
took it from
completely
Ruben Sims' Twitter
unprofessional,
account.
completely unprompted for no fucking reason, and you knew that Ruben was going to get it banned regardless. I don't know why you did it. Completely unprofessional, completely unwarranted. No one needed to see it. People were uncomfortable in it. People were even telling you today that they're uncomfortable by it. So if you're going to hold Nathrix to
If
this standard,
you
you're an
couldn't
adult
have
when you
seen the
did this
image without
children
clicking
in
the
that
link
server.
twice. How do you click the link twice on accident? That doesn't happen.
The spoilers
With the
don't
warning
change
sign.
anything. You really think a fucking tiny little thing that you click by is going
I
to
know what it
stop
looks
people
like.
and dissuade people from clicking it? You stupid.
You realize there was less
I know
than
what it
30
looks
people even in the server. It's obvious that if
Oh,
somebody
and-
posts a
and
link
fuck-
with a spoiler
oh,
over it
oh, here
and
we
saying that
go.
it's
He's
porn,
doing
there's
the
gonna be
code point
porn.
now.
Like
He's
at that point, if
coping.
you click on the link, you
You're
knew
coping
exactly what
now.
you were clicking on.
Come on, there was only 30 minors in the
Oh
server,
my
guys.
God.
It's not that bad.
There was
It's gonna
not
be
30
100.
minors in the server.
There's only 30 children there.
There was
You
not
and
30
Halo
children in the
make
server. That's
fucking
just a lie.
accountability. This is embarrassing, dude.
Let me speak. Okay, so Luke's cute. Like, what were you trying to do when you posted that link?
Trying to get it taken down as soon as possible so kids on Roblox
So,
can
like,
see it
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
without any
I
type
know
of
that, but, like,
warning.
hold on. Yes. Well, we understand. Okay, we understand. So, like, were you trying to like get us to report it?
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously it's a porn link on
I mean,
Roblox.
yeah,
That shouldn't even
yeah.
exist.
I know. Yes, that's all I'm asking for. So, like, how would we report the link? How would we report the content?
Well, I mean, if you were okay with seeing it and you were of above age, then you should click on the link twice and report it.
But there are little minors who would like. click
Yeah,
on
there
it
was people
anyway,
who
you
were
know?
over 18 too, so it was mainly directed at them.
It was directed at them, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it could still be accessible to minors as well. You know.
Yeah, just like how there's a porn account accessible to minors on Flamingo's Twitter account with no type of
And
links.
here you go, name dropping
type of
Flamingo again
warnings.
because you like tarnishing his credibility. Do you have
No one's
anything better to
tarnishing
do?
his credibility. He has no idea it exists. I just want him to delete it. But I'm just showing you that just having a Roblox link and telling people to report it does not mean you're trying to share porn to minors. That makes literally no sense. It's a Roblox
You
link.
are,
It
by
should never even
definition,
exist in the
sharing a
first
link
place.
which
I get
leads to
that, but, like,
pornographic
regardless.
content in the
It's a
Regardless-
Roblox link, bro.
You're literally doing that.
Regardless of your intentions in that circumstance, you are still technically like showing this and like.
Yeah, but
giving
you're
off-
you're
giving off
painting
the
on a
impression
false
that they'll
narrative.
be
You're acting like I
exclusive.
like specifically like Nathrix does, where he posts porn for fun and just like, hey, every minor in the server see this. Like that's what Nathrix does. I don't
And
do
that's
that
what
at all.
you did. You went to everyone
No,
saying, everyone,
no,
look at
no.
this.
And that's what you allowed as
No,
well.
no. I
Because-
posted a Roblox
because-
link wanting it to get taken down forever.
And one
Like,
report from you
all
would
we
have
had
been
to-
enough, and that would suffice.
Well-
But you just had to make it.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone
it got
else's
taken
problem
down
in the
relatively
server.
quickly, so I don't even know how most people even saw it. It was like I said, Ruben Sim had already reported on it, so it really got taken
Yeah,
down
so,
pretty
like,
instantly.
you didn't have
You need to do it.
didn't
Thank
have
you
to-
for admitting. You're wasting
especially
our
in a
time
server
now.
full of minors, but okay. Anyways, new
I mean,
topic.
no one's wasting your
so
time,
Luke
bro.
Q,
You know what
You're
you
literally
did? You
wasting all of our
actually,
time. You're going
by
around in
appointing a
circles.
known pedophile as a mod on your server,
Yeah,
you
here comes
You
opened
are
up
talking
all
your
of
opinion
them.
on your
again.
server.
Boring.
New topic. Okay, Loops Q, check your DMs.
How about everything Parlo does wrong is a new
Luke
topic,
Q,
but
Luke
whenever
Q,
I
check
do
your
something,
DMs. Check your DMs.
Everything
Luke
I
Q.
do wrong,
sent
this
you
is the
something.
only thing you bring up. Oh, and it's something I've already addressed. Like, what more do you want me to
I'm
say?
acting like I
I've
haven't already addressed
it 8
the
fucking times,
Roblox
you
link
dumb
too.
retard.
I've already addressed that too. You keep on bringing it up. You keep on
But
bringing
didn't,
the
you
fact
took
that
no
I played.
accountability
You keep
for
on
it
bringing up
whatsoever,
the
even
fact
though
that I
it's
played Among Us
objectively
with him.
bad.
Like
You took
You
no
you keep on bringing up
accountability
the fact
for
that I
it.
played Among Us with Scrimzox 4 years ago.
No, you're trivializing the situation. You associated with her on Discord server.
I think what he's trying to ask is like at that age when you were 15, what made you think that like it was like semi true or like something false or anything? Like what made it change at that age when you were 15?
You're literally talking about something that happened with 15. Obviously, I've shown growth and improvement. Parlo hasn't.
No, like what? No, like why did it change? What happened? Like we're asking for like just what happened.
What happened? More information came out. We all know Nathan Reese is a predator back then. Back then,
No, more
well, not
information
now, but
came
back
out.
then, not everybody knew that he was a
You haven't
predator.
changed and grown as a person. You never have and you never will, unfortunately.
I haven't talked to him in 3 fucking years. How is that not changing and growing? Like, what do you mean?
Changing and
Can we
growing
just, like,
requires you to
can we
look
just
back on your
acknowledge?
past mistakes and take accountability, and I haven't heard you once.
I told you, yeah,
apologize
it's
for
true.
shit.
I did play Among Us with them at 15. Like, what?
Can we acknowledge
You
that?
keep using this wording to like belittle the situation. You were friends with her, you associated with her, you spoke to her on Discord, you used her name, you gave her a platform, you continued to actually feed her, and you didn't give a shit about the allegations 1.5 years after they were happening. So apologize for all of that
You're
right
just
now.
you're
because
acting like
that's
you
untrue.
literally say I didn't give a shit when I made an entire
apologize
video.
for that
Why would
right
I
now.
make a video if I didn't give a
you've
shit about
grown,
them?
Apologize for that right now. If you've grown, take accountability and apologize for it right now. If you do anything else other than apologizing, all 89 people here will see through your bullshit. So apologize for all of that right now.
How about you apologize for all the
Yeah,
homophobic
fuck
stuff
you,
and admitted
you
it right
fucking
now?
piece of
There you
shit.
go.
You
Yeah,
let your
as soon
opinion
as
in
you-
your
Garbage
server.
human being. Go fuck yourself. No one fucking likes you. You're the shittiest YouTuber ever. Failed abortion. Go fuck yourself, you dumpster baby. Fuck you. Fuck your family. Fuck everything about you. You're a disgusting piece of shit. You're an affront to God, dude. Get the fuck out of here. I
all
want him
because I
banned from
played
my
Among
server.
Us with
I want this guy banned
Scrimzox
from my
when
server
I was
right now.
15.
Fuck you. I'm making a video.
Oh, here we go.
I'm ruining
Polo
your
silencing me,
reputation.
guys. Countdown.
hope-
5,
One
4,
more
3,
thing,
2,
one more
1.
thing.
Loop Q being silenced
One more
again by
thing.
this fucking idiot.
So, boy, I'll
You-
kill
You
your ass
created
right
more
now, you
victims of
shit.
Natty
I'd fucking
4 cents.
kill
All
your
I did was play
One thing.
disgusting
fucking
rodent,
Among Us with them
piece
at
of shit, rat
15.
bastard.
All I
Go
did was
fuck
play Among Us
yourself.
with them at 15. That's
Disgusting
nothing.
fucking
I
bastard.
played
You're
Among Us with them
banned.
at 15.
You're banned.
Who the
Tell
fuck
them the man is
cares?
like I fucking said, you bitch.
Oh my fucking
Banned him.
God.
Fuck him. He's gone. He's out
I
here.
was literally about to bring up the fact that I literally guessed the address in his DMs where oh my God, bro. I was literally about to use
I'm
that.
done. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He couldn't even. He's a changed man. Yeah, no, he didn't take accountability for shit. He's not a changed man. Fuck that guy. No, yeah.
Now,
What a
two hours
fucking
later.
loser.